And the one that I did was the trouble with the rat race is that even if you win, it's still a rat. By telling them, I say that no matter what you do, like to try to excel more than the next person, like using different things that's not appropriate, like to get you better in life, and then prospect like sports, steroids, or taking a test, you cheating. At the end of the day, you might not get caught right there, but there's always a consequence for something. And I would say the term they use as rat is sneaky. And I say when you're being sneaky, you tend to always get caught. And in this case, they saying that as in a race, as in you're doing something, you competing. So I say in every aspect of life, whereas though you can be running, you can be in a race, you can be taking a test. I say don't cheat, because the positive way is good. Always stay true. Don't be a rat. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win the right way. I say if you put 100% and winning the right way, you'll have a better outcome. But I just think that's a nice quote right now. And I would say that the trouble with the rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat.
All right, well, you're using the quote as your attention device. That's not advisable. I guess you agree with the quote. That's pretty reasonable as a thesis, if you want. There's not really any preview of what you're going to be talking about. You start looking like you're going to use every word in the quote as your organizational structure, and that seemed a little bit odd and perhaps a little too literal. I think you need to find a better way of organizing ideas while you're talking about them. The point of view that you had was pretty good. I thought that you had a couple of good examples that could have been developed a little bit more. They were good starts for ideas. There's just not much follow through with any description or anything that makes them interesting as a story. They're just, you say it and then you're kind of done with it and you move on to the next thing that you're going to be talking about. Your voice, it's usually easy to hear you, but you do sometimes have a tendency to speak down, and I think you need to project a little bit more and look up while you're speaking more instead of kind of having your voice go down in that direction. Pacing, there's an odd spot where there's a long pause, where there's uncertainty as to whether or not you're done. Then you come back and you actually do find an exit line, but that was a very awkward moment, I think, both for you and for the audience. Your gestures are a little bit limited, especially at the start, because you have the topic in your hands. You loosened up a little bit as you went along. I think it could have been better throughout the presentation. You look like you're trying to engage the audience with your facial expressions. You generally try to look at the audience when you're speaking to us, so I think you're doing an okay job on that. Like I said, the anxiety issues that I see mostly are the voice drop down and, like I said, that long pause that looked a little awkward. At the end of the speech, when you did finally get to the exit, I did think that you did the right thing. You went back to the quote and reminded us the point that you're trying to make, and that's a much more effective exit. All right, thank you.